He's Quagmire, Quagmire. You never really know what he's gonna do next.
Welcome to Watch Mojo's Cartoon Countdown. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst things Glenn Quagmire has ever done. Number 10. Sleeping with his friends' families.
Hey, look at me. I'm Quagmire. I had sex with your wife. Giggity, 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 giggity.
Those are so his mannerisms.
Quagmire's libido knows few bounds, even when it comes to his friends' families. He has long pined for Peter's wife Lois, and even their daughter Meg. He once tricks Joe into giving him his blessing to sleep with Bonnie, and Cleveland nearly ends their friendship after Quagmire sleeps with his first wife Loretta. He hasn't been shy about wanting to sleep with Cleveland's second wife either. In any other group of friends, he'd probably be kicked to the curb faster than he can say, Number 9. Forcing Ida to choose between him and Brian. Quagmire's relationship with his parents is naturally unhealthy, but it's especially noticeable with his transgender mother, Ida. When Ida gets back together with Brian, Quagmire reacts with disdain, given his unfettered hatred for the Griffin family dog. His enmity for Brian leads him to demand that Ida choose between her relationship with Brian and him. While Ida does choose her son, Quagmire is still terrible for forcing his mother to forego her own happiness and for breaking up their relationship.
Bye-bye, Brian. You're history. And this time, history's not coming back to life.
Number 8. Faking his own death to get out of marriage. After Quagmire gets married to a maid named Joan, he seemingly changes his entire personality. However, after the old him resurfaces, he quickly comes to regret married life.
Oh, God, I gotta get out of this marriage. Cleveland, how did you get out of yours?
You slept with my wife.
When he floats the idea of a divorce to Joan, she reacts with threats of violence. Rather than pursue things the legal way, Peter suggests an alternative: faking his own death. Faking your death to get away from someone isn't the best way to deal with an admittedly crazed partner. Number 7. Shooting Peter in the head. During a hunting trip, Peter accidentally shoots Quagmire in the arm. Fed up with Peter's stupidity, Quagmire severs ties and forces Joe to choose sides in their friendship. Eventually, Peter decides that the only way for them to mend their relationship is for Quagmire to shoot him in the arm, which Quagmire is all too eager to do.
I need you to shoot me in the arm so we can be friends again.
Okay.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
When Peter balks, Quagmire shoots Peter in the head. Number 6. Neglecting his children. Given his promiscuity, Quagmire has dozens, if not hundreds, of illegitimate children throughout the world. He's occasionally gotten involved in a few of their lives, briefly caring for a baby named Anna Lee, and even taking in his daughter Courtney after meeting her through a typically Quagmire way. But these are brief one-episode relationships. The rest of his kids he refuses to acknowledge or spend any time with, despite the obvious evidence.
Giraffity! Yeah, see, that's not mine.
Number 5. All the I nevers. When Peter's friends all agree to help him out on his fishing boat, their usual pastime of drinking beers is spiced up when they decide to play I Never. For those unfamiliar, you have to drink if you've done the thing the other person says they've never done. However, Quagmire has done quite a lot.
I'll go next. I never had sex with Cleveland's wife.
Although we don't see the full extent of his bizarre and disgusting behaviors, just the fact that he's done outlandish things with a spider monkey and a Home Depot employee makes the skin crawl. Number 4. Arson and insurance fraud. After Quagmire and Peter decide to help Mort drum up business for his pharmacy, things quickly go wrong.
Hey, check it out. We got a Giggity over there on the 32nd floor. I'm gonna go in for a closer look.
Quagmire's horniness distracts him, losing the pharmacy's banner, which causes a bus accident, killing everyone on board. As if mass manslaughter weren't enough, the duo decides to help Mort recoup his losses by burning the pharmacy down so he can collect on the insurance. If not for Joe's intervention, all three of them likely would have gone down for the arson and fraud charges. Number 3. Killing his sister's boyfriend. After recovering from an asphyxiation injury, it's exactly what you think, Quagmire gets closer with his sister Brenda and her boyfriend Jeff. It quickly becomes clear that Jeff is abusive. To that end, Quagmire and the guys invite Jeff on a nighttime hunting trip and plan to kill him.
I'm just gonna point my gun straight at his head before he even knows what's going on. Kinda like this?
Although Jeff manages to briefly outmaneuver them and attempts to choke Quagmire to death, Quagmire's tolerance for choking allows him to slip away and run Jeff down with a car. Later, Brenda is distraught when told that Jeff left her. Number 2. Beating up Brian. Quagmire and Brian's feud has occasionally turned physical, and arguably the worst of these occurs shortly after Ida's transitioning. After coming back into town, Brian unknowingly sleeps with Ida. When he finds out, Quagmire barges into the Griffin home and ruthlessly beats Brian throughout the house.
If I ever see you anywhere near my house, I'll blow your head off!
It's easily assault and animal abuse. Number 1. Murdering the Simpsons. Quagmire has done some terrible things, but killing off the Simpsons? That's real low. In a gag promo for the fellow Fox show, Quagmire assaults and then enters into an affair with Marge Simpson. Back at the Simpson residence, we watch an exterior shot of the house as Homer catches the two in bed together. This prompts Quagmire to shoot him, and then Marge when she threatens to call the police. And then, all the kids. It's one of the darker Family Guy jokes and arguably the worst thing Quagmire has ever done.
Hey, what's going on here? Ah! Get off my wife!
Oh my god! Oh my god!